We're back on the Lobo basketball pregame show in the Lawler Center in Reno. The Lobos and the Nevada Wolfpack coming up for you on the UNM Sports Radio Network. We have Lobo head coach Richard Pitino. Coach Pitino, the first meeting with Nevada, you blew them out in the pit. I do want to talk about that. But first, I wanted to ask about the last contest. After you've digested it and watched tape, it was such a battle. What did you see in terms of shot selection and things like that? Did you feel like the way that your team approached the contest as you watched the tape is the way that you wanted it to?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think, like everybody gets consumed with Mash and House and, they take bad shots. And there are times they take some tougher shots. They're jump shooting guards. They're not where Donovan gets to the rim. They may take a high degree of difficulty at times, but they're also the reason we're 19-5. So I believe in them both. It's hard to overcome at times when they have off nights, but I also believe the next one's going in. I've just seen them do it too often. So maybe that burns me from time to time, but I'm going to roll with them on that. I think what happened at the end of the day was we weren't able to get the key stops or the key loose ball when we needed to. So, and UNLV's really good, so we're one game out of first place, and we're making great progress as a program.
It is a loss to UNLV, but Hunter and I were talking about this, my broadcast partner, Hunter Green, that if the game's on the line and you need a shot to win the game, if House or Mashburn is taking that shot, you'll take that every time.
You will, and I mean, it's they're really good players, and as I said before, they had a bad night, but they've got a believer in them as a coach. I don't care about people who tweet at me, or that's, you're allowed to have an opinion, have at it. That doesn't offend me, but I got decisions to make, and I just try to keep them as confident as possible.
The first matchup with Nevada, it feels like your team played its best game. You played a bunch of great games this year. How much can you take from that one? You turned them over. You scored on transition. It was a rout in the pit.
Played great. Yeah, we did. But, it's funny when you lose a game, it feels like that game was 3 years ago, and what you got to do after a loss is you certainly got to address what the issues are. But these guys get killed so much, whether it's on social media, whether it's on the internet or whatever, it's hard for them to hide from it. It really is. So although we played great versus Nevada last time, that UNLV game is fresh on our minds. So, we've got to get that confidence back. We've got to get that swagger back that we had. We've won 3 in a row on the road, all by double digits. Let's see if we can go get a fourth.
You said that you like to watch the most recent handful of games or so when scouting an opponent. Your game with Nevada's in that group. But since then, they're playing some of their best basketball. They've won 3 straight, 2 of them against ranked teams in league. What are they doing better?
Yeah, I mean, they responded well to a embarrassing loss at our place, and that's what good programs do, and they've got good players. Coach Alford's done this for a long time at a high level. They go in at Utah State and really won wire to wire. They come back here, San Diego State, close game, and they find a way to get it done. So they picked themselves off the mat with great humility and got back to competing. And the beauty of this whole situation is we've got so many good opportunities, challenging ones, but great opportunities in front of us.
Jared Lucas is a player who has a lot of pride, obviously. The Lobos locked him up. Jalen House, whom he knows very well, locked him up in the pit when the teams last faced off. He's had some terrific games against the Lobos in the past as well. That's some kind of matchup, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, Lucas is one of the tougher shot takers and makers in the country. They run baseline runner stuff for him, pin down stuff for him, and I remember the first 3 we gave up. It was the end of the clock. He didn't even jump. He just threw it in the air, and it went in at our place. So Jalen did a terrific job on him. He is not an easy cover. Your chance of beating them is you got to do a great job on Lucas and Blackshear. Not to say they don't have other good players. Davidson's playing really, really well. But you got to do your job on those 2 guys because they can go win a game. Just like Jalen and Jamal have done for us the last couple of years, those 2 guys can do the same.
Definitely want to follow up on Davidson because it feels like he's playing his best basketball right now. But Blackshear, the Lobos held him down as well in the pit. Both Lucas and Blackshear under 10 points in the same game. That's hard to do. How did you guard Blackshear?
Well, we put a variety of guys on them. We had, really good what we call gap help. One pass away and really crowded them. And just did a great job on both guys. We know it's never easy because they're two terrific players. But we certainly know they're at the top of the scouting report. And Blackshear does a great job of going in the post. He's a good mid-range shooter, as we know 2 years ago when he beat us at the buzzer. I got a lot of respect for him as a player. And, if it's Donovan, if it's Baker, if it's True, size certainly helps on him because he is big. And we got to just have a team effort there.
Lobo head coach Richard Pitino with us pregame. New Mexico's in the Lawler Center to take on Nevada. So Davidson, back-to-back 20-point double-doubles during this 3-game win streak that they are on. What is he doing well?
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of what Baker was to them last year. Utah State, he really gained a lot of confidence in the post. They went to him in the post. They went to pick-and-pop situations, much like Baker did last year for them. So can't switch a ball screen with him, and if he's popping and making shots, you got a problem. But he has definitely been that third guy that has really, really helped them go on this little run that they've had here.
When you guys played them in the pit, a team that doesn't really turn it over much, you turned them over a bunch. How did you do that?
Just disruption, just playing really hard, having great activity with our deflections. And, it's no secret right now. Obviously with our lack of size at certain spots, when we pressure and we disrupt, great things are going to happen, So when we don't and we get bogged down, we struggle a little bit. I think you saw that with UNLV, you saw that with Boise State. So hopefully we can play our game there.
Last thing, you've talked about the competitive discipline defensively in the half court. How is that evolving for your team?
It's okay. I think part of it is, when you have three small guards out there, you're going to have some issues rebounding the basketball when the game slow down, so if that's something we got to make an adjustment to go a little bit bigger because we're not getting those steals and doing those things, maybe something we got to look at. I've said from day one, we are small. That's kind of what the roster is right now. But you kind of got to sell out with it a little bit at times with Mash and House. Now, we'll get bigger as the future goes on, but they provide so many positives as well. So not necessarily where it needs to be. We're way better when we're flying up and down and creating turnovers and block shots. But I think there's an understanding of the commitment level to it for sure.
Coach, a lot of firsts since you became the head coach for the New Mexico Lobos. First time the Lobos had beaten Nevada in 9 tries when you beat them earlier this season in the pit. Lobos haven't won here since 2015, 2016. Tough place to play. Great opportunity for a sweep. Best of luck today.
All right, thank you.
Lobo head coach Richard Pitino, our guest. We're back after this timeout. It's Lobo basketball on the UNM Sports Radio Network. Welcome into your Lobo basketball postgame show, brought to you by the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. Winning entertainment, including simulcast racing, live music, dining, the best games, and more. That's the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. The final score, the Lobos knock off Nevada in dramatic fashion at the Lawler Center in Reno. UNM 83, Nevada 82. Final. The Lobos with the victory improved to 20-5 on the year and 8-4 in conference play. The Wolfpack dropped to 19-6 and 6-5 in league. What does this mean to the New Mexico basketball program? So much. Twice this season, they have vanquished the former Lobo basketball head coach. Coaches Alford and Neal, since they took over this program in Reno, were 8-0 against their old team. The Lobos ended what was an overall 9-game losing streak to the Wolfpack, including those 8 against Alford and Neal in Albuquerque last month. And a drought in this building that was 6 games dating all the way back to 2015-2016 comes to an end tonight. The Lobos win in Reno 83-82 is the final. We'll take this post-game timeout. We come back on the other side with Lobo head coach Richard Pitino. This is Lobo basketball on the UNM Sports Radio Network.
Right after every Lobo game, call into Lobos Live with Kenny Thomas. With post-game analysis, highlights, and your calls. React to the on-court results with expert analysis from Brandon Ortega and standout legacy Lobo and NBA player Kenny Thomas.
Two-hand flush.
Lobos Live is powered by Barella's Coffee House, where everyone knows your name. Be here right after tonight's Lobo game on New Mexico's home for Lobo basketball. 96.3 News Radio KKOB.
The Window Depot is proud to support Albuquerque's hometown team and would like to invite fans to visit their warehouse. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. The store is open Monday through Saturday or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than just a window store.
Most people gamble. They visit a casino, buy a lottery ticket, play an online game. But for a few, gambling becomes more than fun. It becomes a problem, an addiction, just like a drug or alcohol addiction. Free and confidential help and treatment is available, funded by Responsible Gaming Association of New Mexico. A toll-free hotline, 888-696-2440, is available 24 hours a day. Find help at rganm.org.
This is New Mexico Lobos basketball on the UNM Sports Radio Network.
Are you looking to remodel your home? Floorscapes has got you covered with the highest quality products for every room in your home. Whether you're looking for carpet, tile, wood, window coverings, and more. Don't stop at just one room. Updating multiple spaces is easy and convenient with special financing available. Subject to credit approval, see store for details. There's a reason Floorscapes is the most recommended Floor & More store. Give us a call at 505-857-0438 to find out why. Floorscapes, the official sponsor of UNM Soccer. Go Lobos!
When it comes to our UNM Lobos, we know what delivering more means. It means more tackles, more touchdowns, more cheering fans. When it comes to your health, what does delivering more mean? It means providing the highest quality care and medical services to all of us in Lobo Nation. Go Lobos! UNM Health, delivering more.
From the primary to the inauguration.
President Biden cruised to a win in the state's Democratic primary.
Folks are starting to focus in.
His age has nothing to do with his presidency.
Republicans in South Carolina will vote in their primary on February 24th.
Election coverage is powered by McDade Woodcock Incorporated, your commercial and residential electrical service contractor.
Look at all this crap that's going on. But we keep marching forward.
Donald, I'm not going anywhere.
This is New Mexico's election station. 96.3 News Radio KKOB.
Welcome back into the Lobo Basketball postgame show, brought to you by the Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. Winning entertainment, including simulcast racing, live music, dining, the best games, and more. The Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino. New Mexico 83, Nevada 82. Final. The first win in Reno in 8 years. The first sweep of the Wolfpack in those same 8 seasons. We have Lobo head coach Richard Pitino courtside. Coach, congratulations. What a finish by your team. And I'm going to go back to our pregame show. I asked you about your 2 fabulous veteran guards, House and Mashburn. And so satisfying down the stretch to see Mashburn take and make those 2 incredibly huge threes. One to tie, one to put you in front. What a finish by your team tonight.
Yeah, I'm proud of Mash. People were beating him up pretty hard, and he beats himself up, certainly, after last game, but that's why I stick with him. He has the ability to make huge shots. And those 2 threes at the end of the game tied it, put us up 1. Very, very proud of him. I told him, just because you work hard doesn't guarantee success, but when you work hard and put in the work like you do, it guarantees you the confidence in that moment, and he had that.
Not to mention he was 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Those were huge free throws.
Yeah, they were fouled. He was being aggressive, getting fouled. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Donnie wasn't great, but Mash hit some big ones for sure.
The team wasn't great at the free throw line.
Yeah, Donnie. Donnie missed the 5 and the 7.
So that carried, because the team was like it's under 60% from the free throw line. But Coach, walk us through that play. Was that a call for Mash to shoot that 3?
The one in front of our bench, though, that was a broken play. He just pulled it. The other one was a great baseline drive and a great pass. We've been working on that drift spacing. We keep talking about we've got enough good players to where we can attack and play out of concepts. I believe Donovan passed him the ball, and it was a great pass. And Mash has struggled to get to the drift, and he got to the drift, hit a big shot.
Thinking about the second half, the way it started, and back earlier in the year, the start of the second half had been an issue. I thought the key to the game was the way your team responded to that. After they made their run and took the lead, you guys tied the game. You guys ripped off 10 in a row again right after that. How did you turn it around right there? That was big. The
bench was great. Baker, True, those guys gave us some great minutes off the bench. Mustafa continues to hit some big shots for us. We definitely need to. I need to trust Jamal Baker a little bit more. I tell him, you always look hurt. He goes, Coach, I'm fine. He's one of my favorite kids I've ever coached because he's so understanding. And I brought him in after last game, and I said, hey, I got to play you more. He said, Coach, I'm ready. I understand the predicament you're in. And he played awesome today. Got the stop on Blackshear at the end of the game.
Was that one of the adjustments you made at the end? Because I thought in the second half, Blackshear was having his way with us. And then, of course, you put Baker on him. He's longer, taller.
Yeah, Donovan had been decent on him. Then he was good. So we got Mash out of the game, and we got Baker on him. And I think sometimes things work, and that one worked.
It worked tremendously well, and he continues to be as important in Mountain West play as a player that you have. Mustafa Amsil was enormous again tonight, Coach.
He was great. That's the skill level that he has. He's battling on the boards as well. Yeah. He hit some big, timely threes, but I think his effort is awesome. I think he's playing really, really hard.
Cool. I was going to ask about Nelly.
I thought he was great as well.
Well, what did you tell him? I mean, was there something?
Nothing. Shows you how overrated coaching is. But, we did talk to our guards about, guys, you got to throw the ball inside. I know Nelly may not be great down there, but he gets you in foul trouble. 5 for 7, 13 rebounds, battled his butt off.
And he protected the basket.
No doubt.
Made it difficult for Blackshear down low.
Yep.
There was a moment in the second half, too, where it was literally JT posted up on the left block. You threw it into him. He went to work. We don't see that a lot. And I remember a couple weeks back, you said to me, JT, occasionally he's got to demand the ball down there.
Yeah, what we run is flow, and it's ball screen, dive, and we've got to throw back more and throw in. We made an edit of Gonzaga versus Kentucky. Gonzaga runs similar stuff to what we run. They keep it really, really simple. If you screw up on a ball screen, they get to the rim. If you throw back, they throw into the post. We've got good enough bigs. They got to get some more touches down there.
How'd you guys control the boards tonight? An impressive performance. You win second chance points by 12, and your bench was phenomenal. You win that by 11 as well.
Just great effort all around. 13 rebounds from Nelly, 9 for JT. Mustafa with 5. True was good. Offensive rebounds. He's quick to the ball as well. So we played really, really hard, and we knew we had to come get a quad 1 win, and we did that.
Well, this is started out great, this trip through Reno and San Diego, an off day and a travel day tomorrow, and we look forward to Friday night in Viejas.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Lobo head coach Richard Pitino post-game following an 83-82 win over the Wolfpack at the Lawler Event Center. My goodness, what a performance by New Mexico to come from behind late and win this basketball game. We're joined courtside post-game by the 7th-year college pro, I like to call him, Jamal Baker Jr., the second oldest player in all of D1. And you were huge tonight, partner. Congratulations. What a game.
Thank you, man. It was a tough-fought game for sure. But, glad we got the win, man.
Yeah, big win for your team and some big 3 balls, and you hit a couple of them. And I asked you this, I can remember it was in a press conference a couple of weeks back, but, not a lot of minutes. You played more tonight, though. Mm-hmm. Coach just told us that you guys had a little conversation. He said he went to you and, I think I need to play you more, but you always look hurt. What'd you tell him?
I said I feel great. I told him all my life I kind of had an old man game. I never played with, a whole lot of spark or anything like that. I never been super fast, but I've always been this kind of player, and I've kind of always kind of moved like this, too. So, I told him I feel great, and he trusted me.
Even when the knees were good?
Hey, man, even when the knees were great.
You still kind of move like this.
Still move like this.
Right. So sometimes that old man game can be really good, huh?
Yes. I'll tell you, Bake, you came in, not only did you do it on the offensive end, but I thought you were the key at the end on Blackshear. Talk a little bit about you guarding him and what you were trying to take away from him.
I mean, really just not letting them get any straight line drives. Just trying to make it tough for him, stay in front of him, and then when he go up to shoot, just contest it really well. And I mean, he's a good player. Just wanted to make it tough.
I don't know if I've asked you this. One veteran to another. You had a little bit of a slump early in the year, but then you just went on this tear. I think I still have the numbers. You had a 10-game stretch earlier this year, November to January, where you made 48% of your threes, 22 out of 46. That's some hot shooting. Okay, that's pretty early in the year. But Stoff went through a stretch, 10 games, where he missed 21 in a row. Did you guys ever talk?
I mean, really just to keep shooting, not necessarily. I mean, he's a confident person, so he was gonna keep shooting it anyway. But we all, everybody,
that's
sure.
good. Yeah.
But I mean, everybody just told him to keep shooting. We giving him the ball every time he's open, and I mean, when you have confidence in somebody to keep shooting, it gives them confidence to want to keep shooting and want to start knocking them down. So, I mean, we're just glad that he's knocking them down. But we always believed in him.
I wanted to ask the end sequence. Hunter asked you about guarding Blackshear, but did you and Coach Pitino ever have a discussion about that at any point? Like, oh, you know what, hey, Coach, I can handle Blackshear. Give me a shot.
I mean, not necessarily. It was me and Donnie mostly like in the scouting, guarding him like during practice and things like that. So we thought Donnie was just a little bit smaller to be able to try to contest the shots and things like that, and I'm a little bit stronger and a little bit taller. So I was confident to go in there and get a stop.
Yeah, I thought your length was what gave him problems, especially at the end here when he had the last possession. I mean, he overshot the basket. I mean, he just really couldn't get to the rim. So I thought your length really caused problems.
Appreciate it. I tried to do it as best as I can.
So in the scout and in the prep, you knew you were going to get a chance on him at some point.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I just wanted to come in here and take advantage of the opportunity. I love challenges. I love guarding good players and things like that. And I love just trying to stop them as best as I can. And I mean, when you go in there, I think with the mindset of loving the challenge and things like that, then usually good things happen.
Let me ask you one quick question. Going back to the UNLV game, I thought UNLV came with a lot of energy. The Pit had energy, but I don't think you guys had the energy to match UNLV's energy. Tonight, I thought you guys brought energy.
Yeah, that was definitely the focus. I mean, for the rest of the year, really, is just to bring energy. When we come with energy the way we did tonight, it's tough to beat us. And I think tonight we played a lot more solid than we have been the last couple losses. So, I mean, just all the hard work we've put in, it's showing. So, I mean, we just got to continue to do it, continue to stay humble, and just come out here and try to get wins.
I think the bench is huge, especially this month, February going into March. Mm-hmm. You and Washington, or you and True, I mean, it's going to be – your numbers are going to be called quite a bit.
For sure. I mean, we're looking forward to it, definitely. We feel like, I mean, when everybody is getting an opportunity to give everybody else a break, and we come in with energy and things like that, and, I mean, we kind of give a different vibe to the team. And, I mean, we're just going to continue to try to stay confident and do what we can to make an impact when we get in there.
Last question. How cool to see your teammate after a tough shooting night on Saturday against Vegas to come in here and take those two huge threes at the end of the game and make them. Jamal Mashburn Jr., they were awesome.
Big shots, man, big shots. I mean, he always stays confident, and that's what you need at the end of games for sure. People that stay confident, people that want those shots. So, I mean, he's in the gym all the time getting work in, so it's not surprising to see him hit those shots for sure, and, I mean, we love it.
You came here to New Mexico to have some fun like this the last 6 weeks of the season, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it's all about right now, right?
Yeah, for sure. This is the most fun time of the year for sure. And I mean, next month definitely, but we're getting there and we're preparing for it.
Thanks, Bake.
Yep.
Good job. Jamal Baker Jr., our guest postgame. The Lobos win in Reno, 83-82. Well, that's going to do it for us. The Lobos will have San Diego State in Viejas. That's coming up on Friday night. The Aztecs hosting the Lobos. Don't you miss a second of it. That game is coming up this Friday, the 16th of February. Our airtime is 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time with the Lobo Basketball pregame show, 8 p.m. tip-off, as the Lobos look to sweep the Aztecs after drumming them in the Pit back in January. Can't wait for that one, Hunter. Oh, my gosh.
Each one is huge. Yeah. Everyone's like, this is huge. Well, San Diego State's huge. I mean, they're all huge.
They're all huge. That's because you're playing meaningful meaningful games
That's right.
in February.
They all mean something.
All right. For Bob Walpole, our producer and engineer, my broadcast partner, the Lobo legend Hunter Green, I'm Robert Portnoy. Thanks to Steve Kirkland, our fabulous basketball SID, for all the great goodies. That'll do it for us for tonight. We'll talk to you on Friday from San Diego. Your final score for the final time. The Lobos have swept the Wolfpack for the first time in 8 years. They get their first win in Lawler since that 2015-2016 season. New Mexico, 83. Nevada, 82. Final. So long. This has been Lobo Basketball on the UNM Sports Radio Network.
You have been listening.